on the bottom actually. Well, what I've done, and I'm going to explain this because it gets hot and humid, and the mold level in the top roof was a little bit more than I wanted. So what I did was this deep brood box, and I was going to use a medium brood box on top of my bottom brood box, but I have decided, since they've multiplied and there's a plethora of them in the bottom box, what I'm going to do is add this. And you can see what I did was I drew some holes here, here, and on the other side as well. And what I did was I also got a hive tool. I cut out strips and anchored them to use as a guide for these frames here. Now, some of them will come with the wood strips. Let me see if I can find one here. There we go. These are very valuable. Don't throw them out, because when your hives are level, they will allow the bees to draw straight home. So I'm going to keep this video as level as I can, but I've taken some black screen material and I tacked it into the inside of the holes. You probably can't see, but this is going to allow the airflow from the bottom to come up through that box and go out during the summertime. It's very important. It's also really good if you don't want a lot of mold in your boxes. So I'm going to prop this up, and I'm going to get into the big hive this morning, and we'll see what we have. So I've already put smoke into the entrance to calm them down, and like I said, I usually don't like smoking them, but they got kind of aggravated with me last time, so I'm going to see if I can position this just right. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep the camera steady as possible. Alright. So I have my smoker lit. We're going to see what's going on, and make sure that you have enough material in here for as long as you're going to be with your bees. Also, the protective equipment, I'm going to emphasize this. Do not let anybody tell you you don't have to wear protective equipment. You know, you see these people come out here with t-shirt, shorts, tank top, and a veil, whatever. No veil. I'm not like that. I'm not promoting it. I'm going to tell you, protect yourself, because this is, you know, if you get stung and they swarm you, it's not just going to be one time. It's going to be probably anywhere from 1 to 50 to 100 times. So I want you to be safe. I'm going to take this off. Put this down here. Blow a little smoke. Calm them down a little bit. Alright. Now, very carefully, And I'm really trying to keep this as steady as I can for you. This is how many bees I have in this hive. They're already congregating into the roof and in dire need of circulation of air. So, sorry, I'm going to gently pry this. They're already buzzing a little bit. Don't just pop the thing off. I knew that they needed extra room the last time I tried to open it, because they did start to swarm. And make sure you have all of your protective equipment on before you approach the hive. This started out as 3 pounds of bees, and now it's probably 9 or 10. So, let's see. There we go. Now this, like I said, when you take your things off, I'm not going to put it directly on the ground. I'm putting it right here. Because there are bees on the bottom also. I'm going to turn it sideways very gently. Like I said, they'll work with you, you know, as much as they can. Calm them down. There we go. And a little bit more up in here. Like I said, I'm not trying to use a whole lot. And when you're handling your smoker, please make sure that you put it somewhere where it's not going to fall off in the grass and cause a fire. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to take this off here. And they're nice and calm this morning. I don't want to aggravate them. Oh. This is the flow hive. That's my rooster. I'll get a little bit more. This just kind of keeps them, it keeps them at an even keel for their mood and their disposition while you work. I am actually debating checking this later, but I was curious about how they were doing. So, and I can smell the honey already. Let me open this. The good thing about one of these is you can open it and look inside. Now they're pretty packed. And like I said, you can see a little bit of honey right there. Like I said, I'm going to leave this hive with its honey store. That way they'll have something, you know, for the winter time. Now, another thing I was going to tell you that I did last time I was out here was I took this, and you can see the baking pans underneath. Now, that is my ant guard. What I did for a cheap ant guard was I took 2 baking pans and some axle grease, flipped them upside down. I coated the baking pans with the axle grease on the inside, and I set them upside down on 2 bricks. And then I set my other hive on top of that. So when the ants come, they can't get into the hive unless they're blown by the wind. So just for future reference, that is a very cheap ant guard. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to pull the flow hive super and take it off, and we'll check out and see what's going on with my brood box and how far along that they've come.